Core Radio Podcasts. On the 25th of April 1599, Oliver Cromwell was born to Robert Cromwell and Elizabeth Stewart. He was educated at the Free School in Huntingdon and Sidney, Sussex, Cambridge. According to a volunteer at the Cromwell Museum, Oliver Cromwell went on to marry Elizabeth Bourchier on 1620 and over the course of 18 years have 9 kids. Charles I became the king on 1625, and over the next few years, Oliver Cromwell became the MP for Huntingdon, loses the position, moves to St Ives, then Ely, have a religious experience, and become the MP for Cambridge. When attempts to reach a compromise between the king and Parliament fail, Cromwell began working for the Parliamentary Army of the Eastern Association, and works his way to the title of Lieutenant General, helping Parliament get victories against Charles I. Charles surrenders to the Scots, but he is sold to Parliament on June 1646 for £400,000. With Charles I captured, Parliament attempts to negotiate with him, but the army demands the king be trialed. The Second Civil War begins, and Charles I allied with the Scots, promising a strict religious settlement in England in exchange for an invasion of England, which ends with the Scots being defeated in 6 months. On 1649, the Commonwealth was established, and Charles I was executed. Meanwhile, the Scots had crowned Charles I's son, Charles II, King of Scotland. Cromwell, on the other hand, was leading military expeditions to Ireland. It was these expeditions that made him a controversial figure. This was because he used cruel, unethical tactics that left a quarter of the Irish population dead. On June 1650, Cromwell was made the commander of the Commonwealth armies, and faced Charles II's Scottish Royalist army for 1 year and 3 months. After the Battle of Worcester, Charles II fled to France. On April 1653, Cromwell dissolves Parliament as he had become disillusioned with Parliament. 8 months later, Oliver Cromwell became the Lord Protector. During his time ruling the Commonwealth as Lord Protector, he appointed the Major Generals to run the country. He died on the 3rd of September 1658 and was buried at Westminster Abbey. 2 years after his death, the monarchy was re-established and Charles II was crowned the king. Charles II then dug up Cromwell's dead body and proceeded to exhume and execute it. Do you think Oliver Cromwell was a good guy or a bad guy? Here's what some members of the public think.
I think he was a good guy.
I think Oliver Cromwell was a good guy because he contributed a lot to English history.